What if your garden could water itself, but not in just any way, in the smartest and most efficient way that exists? Imagine a vegetable garden that doesn't need electricity, complicated timers, or relying on your memory. Let's be honest, sometimes we forget. Think about the luxury of going on vacation with the peace of mind that your plants won't just survive, they'll be better than ever, drinking exactly what they need when they need it. Sounds like fantasy, right? Like something from a fairy tale. But reality is usually different. Us struggling with dry soil, watching water evaporate in the sun, or simply run off without reaching the roots. We feel the back pain, the worry, and the waste of such a valuable resource. But what if I told you the solution isn't new technology, but almost forgotten wisdom? A secret that Earth has held for more than 4,000 years. Today we're not going to talk about weird gadgets. We're going to unearth an ancestral technique so simple and so powerful that it's going to eliminate 90% of your watering work and give your plants the perfect drink, even while you sleep. Get ready, because I'm going to show you how a simple terracotta pot, that humble object you might have sitting around somewhere, uses an ancient physical principle to completely transform how you care for your garden. This isn't just another gardening trick, it's a philosophy. It's the method that actually works and that's going to connect you with your garden in a deeper, more sustainable, and above all, smarter way. Stay with me and discover the ancient magic that will water your garden while you dream. And here's the star of today's show. It's not a drone, it's not a sensor, it's not an app, it's a simple clay pot. Honest, real, and in that simplicity lies incredible power. This is the technology that civilizations from China to Rome used to make their crops flourish in the harshest climates. They didn't have hoses or sprinklers, they had something much better, a deep understanding of nature. This is known as pot irrigation or capillary irrigation, and what it promises is crystal clear. First, and this is crucial today, you're going to save water. A lot of it. We're talking about up to 70% less than with normal surface watering. Imagine what that means for your wallet and, more importantly, for the planet. Every drop goes directly to the roots, zero waste. Second, your plant's health is going to skyrocket. One of the biggest problems in vegetable gardens is water stress, going from complete drought to waterlogging. That weakens plants and exposes them to diseases, and in tomatoes it causes those cracks that drive us crazy. With this system, the soil maintains constant, perfect humidity. Plants never go thirsty, but they never drown either. They take exactly the water they need when they need it. It's like a private spring for each plant. And third, and maybe what you'll love most if you value your time, you're going to forget about watering for days, sometimes weeks. You can go away for a weekend without worries. A week of vacation, and your garden will be perfect when you return. This isn't just a watering technique, it's liberating. It's time you gain to enjoy your garden instead of spending it working in it. And think about weeds. When you water from above, you water everything, including the seeds of those weeds that are waiting for their moment. With buried irrigation, the surface stays pretty dry, which makes life impossible for them. Less competition for your plants means stronger plants and less work for you. So that's the promise. A healthier garden, ridiculous water spending, and a freedom you never imagined. All thanks to this little clay contraption. A gift from our ancestors that we recover today not out of nostalgia, but because it's brutally effective. Proof that sometimes to move forward, the best thing is to look back. I call it magic, but don't be fooled. Behind this is pure, hard science. No tricks, just physics and a brilliant observation of nature. To understand it, we have to travel back in time to places like China or North Africa thousands of years ago. Farmers back then faced an enormous challenge, growing crops with very little water. And their solution was this stroke of genius. The secret lies in one word: porosity. An unglazed terracotta or clay pot, meaning one without that shiny coating that seals it, is filled with millions of tiny pores. You can't see them with the naked eye, but they're there creating a network of channels that connect the inside to the outside. When we bury the pot filled with water, a fascinating dance begins. Imagine the dry soil around it. At the molecular level, the soil is thirsty. Its particles pull water with more force than water itself. This difference in potential creates suction. The dry soil literally asks the pot for water through its pores. The pot begins to sweat moisture directly into the soil, right where the roots are. But here comes the genius part, the self-regulation that makes this so incredibly efficient. As the soil becomes more moist, that thirst decreases. When the soil reaches its perfect point of humidity, the suction stops. The pot stops releasing water. It's a perfect system. The plant drinks, the soil begins to dry, the suction increases, and the pot gives it water again. This is radically different from watering with a hose. With a hose, we dump a lot of water all at once. Much of it evaporates, some filters past the roots dragging away nutrients, and what's left suffocates the soil and removes the oxygen that roots also need. With a pot, water is delivered slowly underground, right where it's needed. Nearly 100% of it is used. This process also creates roots that are any gardener's dream. With surface watering, roots tend to grow upward. They're vulnerable to heat and drought. With a buried pot, they do the opposite. They grow deep and strong, seeking that safe and constant source of water. When you remove a pot at the end of the season, you'll see your plant's roots literally hugging it. Those deep roots anchor the plant better and make it much more resilient. This method, also used by Romans and pre-Columbian civilizations, almost disappeared with the arrival of modern irrigation systems. But today, as we become more aware of the need for sustainability, it's resurfacing with incredible force. Bill Mollison, the father of permaculture, described this as the best irrigation system in the world. And I'm not surprised. It doesn't use energy, it doesn't use plastic, it's made of natural, biodegradable material, and it works in total harmony with nature. It's the definition of perfect technology, an elegant, cheap solution with brutal impact. Okay, enough talking. Let's get our hands dirty and put this magic to work in your garden. You're going to see that it's one of the easiest and most rewarding projects there is. I'll explain it step by step with some tricks that really make the difference. Step 1. Choosing the perfect pot. This is the most important step. You need a terracotta or natural clay pot, and the key is that it be unglazed. We need it to be porous. If it shines inside or outside, it won't work. It's sealed. Size also matters. For small plants like lettuce or herbs, a 1 or 2 liter pot works fine. For heavier feeders like tomatoes or squash, look for pots of 3 to 5 liters or even more. As a general rule, the moisture patch it creates has a radius a bit larger than the pot itself. Most pots come with a drainage hole. Obviously, you need to seal it. Here you can get creative. A cork stopper, a piece of tile glued with exterior silicone, even a flattened piece of gum will work in a pinch. What matters is that it's well sealed. And now a pro trick. If you can't find a pot big enough, you can make one. Take 2 identical terracotta pots. Seal the hole in one. Then apply a good bead of exterior silicone around the edge of one and glue the other on top, mouth to mouth. Ta-da! You've just created a super pot perfect for trees or large beds. Step 2. Strategic placement. Where do you put the pot? It's key. The goal is for moisture to reach the plants around it well. If you're starting a bed from scratch, put the pots first. Dig a hole and bury it up to the neck, leaving only the mouth above ground. The distance for planting depends on the crop. Lettuce or spinach can be planted about 10 to 15 centimeters from the pot. Tomatoes, peppers, or eggplants need a bit more space, about 15 to 20 centimeters. Their roots will find the water. You can place 2 to 4 plants around the same pot, creating a little community. If you already have plants in the garden, no problem. Choose a spot in the middle and dig carefully to avoid damaging many roots. Some will break, it's inevitable, but they'll recover quickly once they find that constant source of water. Step 3. Installation and startup. Once the hole is made, put the pot in, fill the gaps with the same soil, pressing a bit so there's good contact between the pot wall and the soil. This contact is vital. The neck of the pot should stick up a couple of centimeters above the soil so dirt doesn't get in. And now the magical moment, filling it. Grab a watering can and fill it to the top. You'll see the clay get darker as it sucks up the water. On the first day, it's normal for the level to drop quickly while the surrounding soil hydrates. The last detail is crucial, the lid. Never leave the pot open. With a lid you avoid evaporation, prevent mosquitoes from breeding, and keep bugs or trash from falling in. Nothing special is needed. A flat stone, a piece of tile, or an old plate works perfectly. Step 4. Maintenance and mulching. Calling it maintenance is almost an exaggeration. Your only job will be to refill the pot when it empties. How often? It depends on the heat, your soil, and your plants. In mild weather, maybe every 5 to 10 days. In the middle of summer, maybe every 3 or 4 days. The best thing is to lift the lid and look. In no time you'll get the hang of it and know when it's time to refill. And here comes the final trick, the one that changes everything: mulching or mulch. After installing the pot, cover all the soil with a good layer of straw, dried leaves, or pruning scraps. This mulch protects the soil, reduces evaporation even more, maintains root temperature, blocks weeds, and feeds the soil as it decomposes. The combination of pot irrigation and good mulch is the ultimate formula for a low-maintenance, foolproof garden. There you have it, an irrigation system that not only works but improves the health of your soil and plants. A system that connects you with ancient wisdom and gives you the freedom to enjoy your garden more. Okay, you know how it works and how to do it, but what happens in real life? Does it really work? After years of using this method, I can tell you the benefits go far beyond saving water. It's a complete before and after for your garden's health. The ultimate proof, the one that fascinates me most, is unearthing a pot at the end of the season. It's incredible. A dense mass of fine white roots wrapping around and hugging the clay. It's proof that the plant found its source of life and created a spectacular root network. Plants with those roots are simply stronger, they eat better, they withstand wind more, and they're incredibly drought-resistant. And let's talk about crops. There are plants that seem made for this system. The undisputed champion is the tomato. Tomatoes drink a lot and hate irregular watering, which causes those cracks in the skin. With pots, constant moisture eliminates that problem almost completely. You'll have more uniform tomatoes with perfect skin and, according to many, more intense flavor. Peppers and chiles are other big fans. They're sensitive to excess moisture at the root collar, which causes fungus. Since the pot waters from below, the base of the stem stays dry, creating a much healthier environment for them. The same goes for squash, zucchini, and cucumbers. With those big leaves, they lose a lot of water on hot days. A large pot gives them the constant supply they need to keep producing. Even leafy vegetables like lettuce or chard, which have more shallow roots, do great. A small pot in the center of a group keeps the soil perfect without waterlogging, preventing the lower leaves from rotting. And let's not forget young fruit trees. For a newly planted tree to take hold well, it needs deep, constant watering. Burying 1 or 2 large pots near the base is a spectacular way to ensure it survives and develops deep roots from day one. Another benefit we often overlook is how it improves soil life. Soil that stays moist but not waterlogged is paradise for earthworms and all the good microorganisms. They're the ones who really make soil fertile. Pot irrigation gives them the stability they need to thrive. And of course there's the human factor, peace of mind. Knowing you can go away for a weekend in the middle of July without asking anyone to water your garden is priceless. The savings in physical work, not dragging hoses or carrying watering cans, makes gardening more pleasurable for everyone. This is one of those tricks we use because it gives us back what's most valuable: time and peace of mind. The proof is there in thousands of gardens all over the world, from balconies to large permaculture projects. It's a proven, resilient technique connected to nature's rhythms. We've traveled through time, we've seen the science behind it, and we've learned to install a system that works for us. Now it's your turn. The real magic begins when you put it into practice. What do you say? If this idea has blown your mind as much as it has mine, if you think your garden and the planet deserve smarter irrigation, do me a favor and hit the like button so this knowledge reaches more people.
And if you want to keep discovering secrets for a more productive and vibrant garden, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell because we have much more to share. And I'd love to see what you do. If you try this technique, share your photos or questions in the comments. Let's create a community of gardeners recovering the best of the past to build a greener future. So the next time you see a simple clay pot, Don't see just an object, see a piece of cutting-edge technology. Technology that doesn't need chips or electricity, just the laws of physics. Technology that's the definition of sustainability, efficient, respectful, and so simple it's within everyone's reach. Watering with pots is more than a technique, it's a statement of intent. It says we value water, we prefer to work with nature instead of against it, and we understand that the most powerful solutions aren't always the most complicated ones. With this technique, you're not just caring for your plants, you're cultivating resilience, saving a vital resource, and gaining time for what really matters, enjoying the beauty of your own oasis. In the end, you're planting a better future one drop at a time. Thank you for joining me on this journey. Now go make magic in your garden.